Judy, from the defendant. You never moved in. And there are reasons that you say you never moved in. And you want your money back, actually, for your rent and whatever deposit you made. The rest of it is for misrepresentation and harassment, a whole bunch of stuff. Tell me when you rented this room from him and how you found it.
So in October of 2023, I was looking for another apartment because my lease was coming to an end. So I came across this ad on Craigslist.
May I see it, please?
And it was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment.
Hold on. Did you place this ad, sir?
Yes, I did.
This says, female student looking for a female roommate.
My ex-girlfriend, when I had her at my place, she didn't want a guy roommate, so she posted the ad when she was there.
Well, that's misrepresenting what was there. You were living in the apartment?
I was there. Okay.
Were you living in the apartment?
Yes.
So this is a misrepresentation of what was supposed to be a female roommate. So you went and you met him?
Correct.
Who did you think he was?
He said that he was the landlord, according to this lease agreement, and that's how he represented himself going
When you
forward.
went to look at, did you look in the closets?
No, he said that the woman living there was his girlfriend and that he would have to give me the tour because she's not there.
Oh, so he gave you a whole excuse.
Right.
Okay. Can I see the lease, please? Thank you. Okay, so you're the one who signed this thing as the landlord.
Right.
Another misrepresentation. You were not the landlord. Let me understand this. You had been living there with your girlfriend.
Correct.
You had a fight with her.
Yes, we did.
And she left. Did she leave to go home to her parents? Or did she go someplace else?
She went home for a little bit.
How long did she stay at her parents'?
She was there for like 2 weeks.
Does your girlfriend work? It's not an answer.
No, I mean,
Does
I
your
don't know what she's
girlfriend
doing
work?
right now. She's my ex, but at the moment, she wasn't working.
Who was supporting her?
Her parents and me.
Oh, just a second. Her parents and you. And what was the rent on the apartment?
$24.80.
$24.80. And how much of the $24.80 were her parents paying?
Nothing.
Nothing. So you were paying the entire rent.
Exactly.
What was she paying?
She wasn't paying anything. She was just living with me.
And you were covering all the expenses?
Yes.
Well, then why did you want some stranger moving into the apartment? Do you understand where I'm going? It doesn't make sense to me, sir. If you were paying for all the expenses and your girlfriend, because you had an argument, moved out, why you would want somebody else in there to pay rent when you had been paying it all yourself?
Because my business was slow at the time, and I needed someone else to take the room.
There you go.
Right.
So you needed money.
Right.
Now, is she still your girlfriend?
No.
But she moved back in again after she was, well, when she was in, she saw your girlfriend there and you there. And I assume that when you saw them there, they weren't in the kitchen. Where were they? In what room?
Oh, are you asking if I saw him and his girlfriend?
Yeah.
I had never met the girlfriend.
Was there any reason that you thought that he had a girlfriend who was moving back into the apartment?
We had talked over WhatsApp, and he explained that they had a rough patch that they were going through, but that she was coming back, and that, you know, when I had moved there, that she would be there, and that he would introduce me to her.
Okay. So on what day were you supposed to move in?
I was supposed to move in November 9th.
And what was the rent you agreed on? I could read it here, but you can tell me.
It says $1,300, but he said it was $1,400.
Okay. Was the rent $1,300 or $1,400?
13 plus 100 for utilities.
So the entire thing together, she was supposed to give you $1,400.
Yes, correct.
So tell me what happened that made you uncomfortable. You gave him the money. You were moving your things in. Tell me what happened.
So he asked me to come over for a tour that night, which I went over to see what it was like. And then I really liked the place. I mean, the amenities for that price in San Diego, it's a pretty good deal. And so he asked, you know, if you want it, it's yours. You know, I've had a lot of other applicants apply for this, but I like your energy the most, and I'd feel comfortable having you move in, you know.
And what difference it make? He's the landlord.
Right. So I was just really excited to be living there, and that I was the one he chose to live there out of his other applicants that he said he had. And so during the tour, he showed me just the main common areas, the common room areas, and then my room, my bathroom. And then he asked if I wanted to go out later that night, that his friend would be there. to kind of like celebrate me moving in, as well as talk about, more about the rental and what my other roommate was like. Because I asked him, what is she like? What does she do? How old is she? I wanted, information on her. And he said, oh, you would love her. She's very sweet. So I trusted that. And
I don't know why.
Yeah. So later on, we met at Nolita Hall, and we had like a couple drinks. His friend didn't show up, so it ended up just being him and I there. And then he asked if I wanted to go back to the apartment to further talk about the arrangement and stuff like that. And I agreed to that. At the apartment, he had showed me he had like drugs in one of the drawers. Like
What kind of drugs?
weed and ecstasy. And then he asked if I could kiss him, and that made me uncomfortable. He asked if I could show him my buttocks. That made me uncomfortable. And so the next morning, I told him.
What do you mean the next morning? I went from the evening coming in from drinks to the next morning. What happened at night?
It was basically playing music videos and then discussing the move-in, when I would be moving.
Well, that's a long discussion.
Living
So you
there.
spent the whole night there?
No, what ended up happening is I stayed a couple hours because I had a few drinks at Lolita Hall and I didn't want to drive home with those drinks in my system. So
Okay.
I waited a couple hours and then I left.
Okay.
And she said, look, I lost so much weight. I used to have better attributes. She goes, look, I'll show you. She got up and she showed me her body. And we just spent the rest of the night and nothing happened.
What did you apologize for? You said, I apologize for that 1,000,000 times.
And later today.
While you were canoodling together, you realized it was alone.